The following video contains loud sounds and/or audio themes which may be considered unsuitable for younger viewers. Viewers' discretion is advised.
TTS Productions presents
Blooper Pandemonium, the movie. Created by TTS Surround Sound. Enjoy the show.
Hi gang. Today, I was thinking let's do another session of some PBS bloopers, with the 1984 logo getting the blooper treatment just like last time.
I agree. Let's do this.
Public Alert Service.
A system that tells us to be prepared for anything, even incoming intruders.
What would we do without our handy-dandy alert system? I don't know, Mary. But you guys might want to turn your attention over to the TV for a minute. There's a really urgent special news bulletin coming on.
Good Tuesday morning everyone, and welcome to TTS News Channel 999. Today, we have a very interesting breaking news story coming out of TTS City. Recently, there have been several sightings reported by law enforcement, as well as the public. As of right now, we are receiving reports that clouds have been hovering around the city for an unknown cause. The origin of these clouds are unknown, but rumors are spreading around that the forces of Hades may be behind this situation, but this rumor cannot be confirmed at this time and thus, it has been declared false. In addition, the clouds come in different dark colors that have also been reported to cover the entire sky, making the area completely dark. These colors include dark fiery red, dark pink, dark green, dark orange, dark yellow and dark blue. This may be concerning, but for now, we ask all citizens to remain at home and stay vigilant for more updates.
Lucifer and Lucretia, step forward. We come at your command, Mr. Chairman.
For what purpose have you summoned us?
Have you heard what happened to Emperor? The news has spread all over our realm, sir.
He, along with Evil Sam, have been zapped to smithereens by Microsoft Sam, and another one of Dave's friends in LT-Blooper 270. Now our ranks have decreased by 2.
That's why I brought some muscle to help us win against RJ and his friends. Everyone, I'd like you to meet the Phantom Circle.
Greetings, beings of the underworld. My name is Vladimir DeVille. I've been hearing about your plans of world domination, and I'd be more than happy to help. However, I'm not the only one here. With me, I have Victor Kane, Marcus Thorne, and Damian Cross. And together, we make up the Phantom Circle.
Here's the plan. Lucifer and Lucretia go up to the circus world and bring RJ and his friends down here at once. If they refuse to surrender, batter up all your firearms and pick off one of RJ's friends until we have him at our mercy. That sounds like a plan to us, Chairman. Alright, Phantom Circle, let's move out. RJ and his friends will never know how to get them.
I agree, but first of all, we need to test out our firearms. They do work, but we need to plan this out strategically and methodically. RJ, his friends, and those networks are obviously out to get us, but we have to get them first.
Good point, Lucretia. And we not test the voice of RJ and his friends to use. On my command, fire your weapons. 3, 2, 1, fire.
Perfect. Our weapons are locked and loaded, and ready to fire upon those who resist. Now we are unstoppable.
Public power service. It's all about preparing yourself for action when trouble arrives.
Jimmy? Hate to break it to you, but there's a dark cloud of all sorts of colors hovering around our building as stated in the news earlier. Not only that, but I don't have any powers. That dark sky must be neutralizing all of them.
Officer Flanagan and the others are on high alert about this situation. And because of the ongoing threat, the Pringles family are sheltering in place in the bunkers. And to increase our chances of survival, we may as well get down there soon if we want to survive this upcoming attack.
Hey guys! We've got a situation here. I can see it now. Evil beings are headed this way.
Oh no, it's all the evil beings at once. At least Dark Storm isn't with them this time, but that doesn't make the situation any less dangerous.
You guessed it, RJ and friends. We are back, and this time we take no prisoners. We came for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is that we're incredibly ticked off that Dark Bowser has left our group, and now he's working at that so-called castle at Micro Thrill.
And reason number 2 is that our master is growing increasingly tired of you and your friends not surrendering. So because of this, we are declaring retribution. And this time, there is no stopping us from getting what we want with you. And now, we will take control of everyone in the studio, starting with you, Sam. You're mine now.
You're just like the common cold, Volcana. You never know when to stop.
While Lucretia takes care of RJ, I am in charge around here. Now you all will do as I say, and without any questions. Scotty, you are under my control. I want you to fire everyone, except for Sam and RJ, and ban them from the studio. If the others do come back, charge them with mutiny and trespassing.
Yes, sir.
Sounds out like a light bulb. Same thing goes for RJ. Sam and RJ will be out for a minute. In the meantime, I'll go outside the main building to see what's going on, and if need be, we'll summon our master.
Meanwhile, in Hades.
Any updates about our mission to obliterate RJ and his friends? Yes, Master. We are making progress. Lucifer and Lucretia are still at the studio, trying to retain their grip on them. So far, we are having luck on keeping those meddlers away from us with that force field barrier. As for Helen Stoker, she and Lane Flash are making advances on the ground outside the building, firing shots at those who resist. You shouldn't worry at all, because we've got multiple fire weapons and ammunition at the ready. Excellent, Dark Sam. But what about Volcana Dash and Evil Sam? Oh, get confident. They are doing the exact same task as Elmon and Magnus, but they are firing shots just to withdraw away from the studio. Jim has also informed me that RJ and his friend are in bunkers, so the plan is on staying neutral hiding threats, and we will start picking them off one by one until we have RJ at our mercy. And soon, Satan's kingdom will gain victory. True, but to coincide with your plan, I have another mission for you.
If RJ and his friends don't surrender, I will be an evil send to merge into a terrifying fusion beast to combine all the elements of your darkest and evilest sides together and spread the Decontrolos into every single corner of the universe. But we must be patient, my henchmen. We will win, and RJ and his friends will follow.
Shortly after being fired by Scotty, the evil beings vanished just outside the main building. The remainder of the gang enter the studio, only to find RJ and Seth knocked out cold thanks to Alicia and Boketta. Having been brainwashed by Lucifer to do his bidding, Scotty reawakens from his slumber and finds the gang healthy and alive, with no injuries sustained from the firings. Scotty apologized to the gang for firing them, and explains that it was all the dark forces doing.
Mystery is right. I'm still trying to find out why did Scotty fire us like that. Never mind, don't answer that question. I know we brainwashed Scotty. It was Lucifer, and all the other powers of darkness.
Hold on you guys. Before we do anything, there's a special news bulletin coming on. They might have some updates about this rampage the powers of darkness are proceeding with.
This is generic news reporter with an urgent news bulletin. The forces of Satan's kingdom are on rotation and around our studio. To avoid the evil beings intruding your homes, we advise all citizens to lock your doors, board up all your windows and take shelter in the lowest, most central part of your home. Remember, do not panic. Panicking only makes the situation worse for yourself. It looks like 2 intruders have broken into the newsroom. I have to get out of here now.
Generic news reporter. Darkstorm doesn't want you to alert the public of our presence. Now, stay there until Helena Stoker and Magma Ash arrives to deal with you. Until we meet again.
And what we said, generic news reporter, watch your step.
Now I really have to get out of here.
Public Demon Service.
I bet the powers of darkness has something to do with this caption. Oh wait a minute, they put the caption up, didn't they? Just wait until we get our hands on them.
I figured as such. Hades is always out there plotting something. And they're obviously out to get us, but you know what? I won't stand for it. We have to get them first.
Good. Coast is clear. Now I can.
Not so fast. Going somewhere.
Oh, Sphincter. Here we go again. It's you, Helena Stoker. And is that Magma Ash? What are you two doing here in the newsroom?
What else do you think, generic news reporter? Our master is growing increasingly sick and tired of your refusal to surrender to us. So, under his orders, we are firing upon any and everyone who resists. So either you surrender to us, or you are going to get it, big time.
You can't scare me, you venomous creeps. At this moment, police officers and the heavenly forces will know of your foul crime of wiping us out, and you can never...
Alright, that's enough. You have just met your end. Say goodbye forever, generic news reporter.
Holy moly! What happened here?
I've been the chief of this police department for years, and I never thought I'd see anything quite so dangerous. This just goes to show you how unremorseful these evil beings are. And I also know who the true evil suspects are behind this shooting. But before we discuss this further, we'd better tell the sheriff. I bet he will know what to do.
So you're saying that new suspect shot generic news reporter as he was running for cover?
Yes, sir. 2 of the suspects were confronting generic news reporter until we walked in and saw a gun that belonged to the 2 suspects. Then, we heard gunshots ringing out, So, there's credible evidence that the two suspects are evil beings.
I definitely agree with this one. There are forensic papers everywhere detailing the scene. And look up the faces on them. It shows that they are truly evil. A criminal mastermind.
As Civil Defense Secretary of TTS City, I'm going on arrest warrant against these two suspects. We can now reveal who they are, and their names are confirmed to be Helena Stoker and Magmash.
You shouldn't have said that about our underlings. Now you shall pay.
Well. If it isn't Damien Cross. So, I take it that you are in league with Hades, right?
That's right, now no more funny business. Where are the TTS 1200 Entertainment Inc. staff? Under orders of Dark Storm, Pete demands we take them all to Hades immediately. If you refuse to let us carry out this order, everyone in this building will get it.
And don't forget, he's not alone. Now we will do this the easy way, or the hard way.
Never. We will not surrender to you, and that's final. And if you want RJ and his friends, you'll have to get through us first.
Well then, if that's the way you want it, then so be it. This means war.
Well, it's finished. The Phantom Circle has been defeated.
Although you have earned ourselves a flawless victory against the Phantom Circle, I wouldn't recommend getting too excited just yet. Sir, rumors are running rampant that even though the Phantom Circle is gone, the powers of darkness may strike again.
That's a good point. In the meantime, we better check on Generic News Reporter and make sure he's okay.
I just received an urgent message from Officer Flanagan.
What does it say?
He said that Generic News Reporter has been shot. And you won't believe who committed this despicable crime. It's Helena Stoker and Magmash.
I knew it. I knew it all along. When that shadow figure visited us in our studio, he wasn't kidding when he said that Dark Storm had a master plan up his sleeve. Well, if that's the case, these diabolical demons will have a pretty tough time trying to defend themselves in court.
And then they'll probably be spending time behind bars. But right now, all we need to do is hope and pray that Generic News Reporter recovers from his injuries.
Meanwhile, at Mac Alex's house.
Hey guys, have you heard of the news of what's happening in RJ's studio?
Yes, I did, Alex, and to be honest with you, I'm shocked. The dark forces are going on a massive rampage in the TTS 1200 entertainment universe. Worst of all, Generic News Reporter has been shot. Fortunately, he has been rushed to hospital and the doctors are doing extensive care on him.
I have to agree. I can't believe the evil forces would actually stoop so low as to team up with a mafia organization only to cause trouble for RJ and his friends, just for not surrendering. Come on.
I agree with Danielle. Besides, with Lucifer, Lucretia, Helena Stoker and Magma Ash arrested, Darkstorm sounds incredibly furious. Did you guys feel a magnitude 8.6 earthquake that rocked our house?
I did, Susan. Well, it was a magnitude 8.6 earthquake. Guess who caused that earthquake? All the remaining forces of Hades.
Danger, danger. Intruders have been detected within the vicinity of our building. Please evacuate immediately. I repeat, please evacuate immediately.
Well, there goes the alarm. Everyone pack up your gear and let's go. There's no time to lose.
You got a point. Anyways,
I hope that generic news reporter gets better and that this whole battle against the dark forces will be over soon. I have to agree, Rhinoids, you're not alone in this.
Any updates on generic news reporter?
Not quite, RJ. From what you told us when you visited him in hospital, he was found comatose after the bullet was removed from the area in which he was shot. In the meantime, let's do some more PBS logo bloopers, then we can get more news coverage about his condition.
Public barrier service.
The action of keeping unsuspected intruders out.
Hey guys, I'm surprised that none of us noticed this yet, but look outside. You see that? That was a force field barrier. This explains why the heavenly forces weren't able to reach us. The evil forces were all over the building, which explains why we weren't able to send them back to where they came from. True, but the barrier is less of a threat now, given the fact that the evil beings are no longer in the vicinity of our building. If only the heavenly forces were here to watch over generic news reporter to stop the evil forces from claiming him as their own.
I heard prayers for deliverance, so I came to deliver.
God almighty! Is it really you? But how? We thought the evil forces kept you out with that barrier.
That's what the powers of darkness wanted you to believe. The truth is, using my divine powers, I destroyed the force field barrier that was sent out to keep me from entering your building. I also heard that generic news reporter is in hospital. If the powers of darkness thinks they can take over your studio without my intervention, they have another thing coming. Also, I have sent my best angelic warriors on the scene, and they are guarding the hospital should those evil intruders make another move. But rest assured, we will guide you through this crisis.
Rated again, Master. I'm losing patience, Satan. Not only are Helena Stoker and Magma Ash arrested, but the Phantom Circle got wiped out by those cops, and Lucifer and Lucretia got taken in for interrogation by authorities. Adding insult to injury, those meddlers wouldn't even let us keep generic news reporter for myself. We all get ticked off when those meddlers deprive us of our right to claim souls, as we ceded without showing conclusive proof of guilt. Because of those meddlers, I suspended the chairman until further notice and made him like the cursed ones. Debates and negotiations are needless now. Evil RJ and Evil David, front and center. We are here as you request, Master. Just say the word and we will take RJ and his friends down and claim them for our own. Generic news reporter is at City Hospital in critical condition, however, it is believed that he's comatose. But those meddlers have been summoned to look after him. Your mission is to go to City Hospital and fight them off so I can have generic for myself. At your command, Master. My spies informed me that Radar Overseer Scotty has been reverted back to his regular ways as logo operator. I want him to. Volcana Ash is incapacitated, but the scary logo lines are expected to arrive here shortly. Good work, Satan. Once the scary logos get here, I'll send them over to RJ's studio. If they can't get generic, I'll have them bring RJ here, and then Sam will be next.
This is Catherine Blake with a special report. Generic news reporter is still in the hospital, alive, but comatose. The surgery to remove the bullet from where he has been shot was successful. Angelo and Angela, members of the heavenly forces, are now watching over him at City Hospital, but are now facing stiff challenges from evil RJ and evil David, who are determined to claim him for their own. This has been Catherine Blake, with a breaking story.
Wait a minute. Is that the notorious B gang?
That's right, RJ. We've come for generic news reporter.
He's not here, you troublemakers. He's one of us, and he's still at City Hospital.
Well, in that case, we'll go over there and move him over to our side.
And if anyone stops us, we will dump all over you.
Not a chance. Take this.
Hey guys, you might wanna look at this caption. It says here that there is a severe thunderstorm warning being issued for our area. I don't know why there's a severe thunderstorm warning being issued right now, but wait a minute. It must be the battle that's causing the storm.
You might be onto something, Daphne. The storm must be generated by the battle, but it's best that we continue with the bloopers for now.
And by the way, I need to tell you something important. I just got through talking to a spiritual advisor. He told me rather privately that generic news reporter has awakened from his coma, but it will be at least one more week before he's cleared for release.
It's a good thing you told us when you did, Hank. Because there might be spies listening in on our conversation.
Guys, I don't like this. We've got trouble on the horizon. My internet sources say that the Scary Logo Alliance is only a mile away from here.
Well, if that's true, then we need to be ready. You never know what these evil beings have up their sleeve.
I think we should move on to the next blooper while we can.
All right. Who is the responsible person for zapping Microsoft, Sam?
I think you're about to get your answer, Anna. I see some intruders heading this way.
What happened?
Something wicked has attempted to zap you, Sam. And speaking of such, they're coming as we speak.
Well. If it isn't the Scary Logo Alliance, back again to intrude our studio.
So, Scary Logo Alliance, what's the purpose for your intrusion this time?
We have one important question. Where is generic news reporter?
The heavenly forces are keeping him away from you.
He's in hospital in stable condition. However, it is confirmed by the doctors that he's comatose. He has recovered from the gunshot wounds when Magma Ash and Helena Stoker shot him, and the doctors say that he should be released soon. Our master demands that we take generic news reporter to Hades. He knows of the unforgivable sins that he has committed. Therefore, he must surrender to us immediately.
You will never claim generic news reporter for your own without conclusive evidence of guilt. As the Almighty says multiple times, no proof, no guilt. As he's my witness, you're gonna get yours. Take that.
work, Mary. That's how you dispose of the scary logo alliance.
Thanks, Charles. Maybe one day we can teach you how to upgrade your powers to a higher setting. Because to be honest, we are gonna need more firepower against our evil adversaries.
Master, I bring you news about the scary logo lines. You mean the ones I sent out to claim RJ and his friends as ours? The scary logos did manage to get Microsoft Sam, but those members cured him of his injuries. And that generic news reporter guy, he is alive but still comatose after Helga and Mega shot him. They did what? I kid you not, Master. They even tightened up security to prevent any of us from entering the studio. That does it. I have just about had enough of these meddlers spoiling my plans and preventing me from getting what I want for myself. There's only one thing to do. Evil Scotty and King Dice, it's time for action.
You called, Master. We're ready for action when you are, Master. Do you want us to revert Scotty back to the way he was, or bring RJ and his friends down here instead?
I wish, but because of those meddlers, you will not be doing so. Instead, your mission is to go up to the surface world and bring RJ and all his friends down here at once. Fail the mission, and you will be burned to a crisp just like I do with the cursed ones.
At your command, Master.
Hi guys. I see you had trouble with some creepy visitors.
You shouldn't worry, Cortana. I beat back the notorious B-Gang, while Mary's at the scary logos with her powers.
Angelo and Angela were able to drive the dark forces away from the hospital. However, because of the intense battle, all the patients had to be moved to a secret location, as the power got knocked out during the battle. Although the dark forces are driven away for now, I must go back to City Hospital to stop the dark forces from claiming generic. Angelo and Angela will be arriving here soon. And by the way, do you guys remember Evil Scotty and King Dice? Yes, those two troublemakers.
I heard about them. They caused a lot of trouble, and we do mean a lot of trouble in our studio. I also found out that they threatened to destroy the hospital if generic news reporter didn't surrender to them.
That's good you remember them, because well they were driven away from the hospital. There's talk about them heading in the general direction of the building, just like the Scary Logo Alliance before they were defeated. Speaking of such, I think they are about to arrive. Right about now.
No way. My evil twin is back, and King Dice is with him.
You know you can't keep us down.
What brings you demons of the doom back here again?
You don't know? The Scary Logo Alliance and the V-Gang were sent by our master to take you to Hades and get you stand defiant.
That's because you have no conclusive evidence of guilt against us, King Dice. Also, your master should know that he can't overpower the Almighty, no matter how many times he tries.
You should also know the facts, and why we can't show conclusive evidence against the accused until after sentencing. That's the #1 rule in Hades, and since you made us reveal conclusive evidence, you and all your friends are just sentenced to an eternity in Hades forever.
That's what you think, Evil Scotty and King Dice. Like we say all the time, no proof, no guilt.
Who do you think you are to bully RJ and his friends around? To prove a person guilty, conclusive evidence of guilt is required before you claim a soul. Any soul.
And you haven't shown any evidence to that effect, which means claiming souls without evidence of guilt is the real scandalous act.
That's enough. Let's get them all, King Dice. On the way.
That's enough. Be gone, beasts of perdition. We always have to put out the fire.
You may resume your video.
And thank you for sending those party crashers back where they belong.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, am I interrupting?
Not at all, Wally. What brings you here?
I came to see how you guys were doing with a PBS logo. But that's not the real reason I'm here. I have an urgent message from the King of Darkness, Darkstorm. The note reads as follows. Dear TTS Productions 1200 staff, we know you are the reason for our most epic failures to claim you and your friends as ours. And quite frankly, we are losing our sanity to the max. You may have won this battle, but we are giving you one more chance. If you refuse to surrender to us by January, we're declaring the apocalypse of 2025. And no, this is not a joke. We are going to declare the apocalypse, and everyone and everything will bow down to us once we're finished here. If you think you can beat us back with your powers, you have another thing coming. Be careful, RJ and friends. We are coming for you. Signed, Darkstorm.
Oh no. I don't like the sound of this. It sounds like we've got a very serious battle on our hands. So now, not only is Generic News Reporter still in the hospital, but the dark forces have just declared war on our city. Again.
This isn't good at all. If Darkstorm says that he's declaring war on our city, we better start preparing our defense strategy against the evil threat.
Now all we can do is pray and hope that Generic News Reporter is released from hospital in time before the big battle.
We've been battling these evil beings for 3 years now, and this one is no different. We have the Almighty, His angels and plenty of security around our studio should the evil beings attack first. But we won't let that happen.
That's right. We will do whatever it takes to defeat these evil monstrosities and win our studio back. We can't let them win. Now come on everyone, let's go. We have a world to save.
So doctor, is Generic News Reporter going to be okay?
He will, RJ. Thanks to some extensive surgery, we've managed to remove the bullet wound from where he was shot. Specifically, he was shot near the shoulder blade. Even though the bullet is removed, we've managed to patch up the wound so it can heal quickly. He should be clear to go home soon. Unfortunately though, he's in a coma, but he will snap out of it eventually.
Thank you for telling me, Doctor. I'll be sure to report this to my crew as soon as I get back to the studio.
Is everyone ready?
All present and accounted for, Sam.
Already then. Roll camera, cue the circle.
Public New Year service.
I can't believe we're actually in 2025. It's hard to believe, but it's true.
That just goes to show you that time waits for no one, and I mean absolutely no one.
This is Catherine Blake with a special report. Generic News Reporter is getting released today, having recovered from gunshot wounds that rendered him comatose.
Generic News Reporter is coming back.
And I'm glad he pulled through.
And to think those evil beings had the guts to take down one of our friends. They have lost their minds for sure.
Hello everyone, we're back.
We heard that generic news reporter has been released from hospital, and in better condition.
That's right. You've heard that correctly. And I just got a message from him just now, and he says that he should be in the studio in a couple minutes. But in the meantime, let's get back to the bloopers.
Although I am happy that generic news reporter has recovered, something tells me that we're not out of the woods yet. I've been receiving some concerning reports that some of the evil beings are about to arrive in the studio.
So that's why I've been smelling some evil odor around our building. Well, we know who to call on if those wicked forces play rough.
No way. It's Evil Jordan. And Volcana Ash is with him.
So, what brings you demons from the underworld back here again? Against our wishes.
Why else? To take you to our master.
Whatever you accuse us of, we're innocent. That's because you have no evidence to back up your claims against us.
That's right. You say you have evidence against us, but you refuse to show it.
That's because our master forbids the accused from knowing the evidence, because if they knew the evidence, they repent, and repenting makes our master want it.
As well it should, you evildoers.
I agree. You should know by now that you can't overpower the Almighty's authority, no matter how hard you try, and no matter how strong of an army you assemble.
And if you make a move on RJ and his friends, you will feel my wrath. And no matter how much it angers you, if you feel my wrath, it is never scandalous. It never has been scandalous, and it never will be scandalous. The Almighty has spoken.
You can rage all you want, evil twin, but you will never escape the truth. You, your master, and all the evil beings will never stand a chance against us. We will take you down, if it's the last thing we ever do.
Challenge accepted.
For the greater good of the TTS extended universe, we will destroy you evil beings.
RJ and friends, all of you have my blessing. Show Evil Jordan and Volcana Ash no mercy. Give them a taste of their own medicine.
Remember, RJ and friends, you've got the power. Fair warning, though, we are stronger than all of you combined. Let's see if you really have the guts to take us down. Let the fight begin.
Is it over?
Yes, RJ, it's over. Because of your great power and the intensity of your laser eye beams, Evil Jordan and Volcano Ash have all been defeated. And luckily, for you, Jordan, your evil twin won't be back anytime soon, unless Satan and Darkstorm's plans of war comes to fruition.
Well, that's a load off of my mind, and it's a relief knowing that we've taken down 2 of Darkstorm's henchmen.
Hello everyone. Whoa. It looks like I just missed the party. We had a run-in with some evil beings.
And thanks to the help of some of our friends, we have successfully beaten them back. But we must be careful. My sensors are showing that the scene has already reached Darkstorm back in Hades. I don't think he's going to take this lightly. Not to worry though, because he won't be here today.
That's right, Hank. And remember, we will always be around to protect you in case of trouble.
You may resume your video.
And thank you for helping us beat back the dark forces.
You're welcome.
All right. Who blew up the circle?
Before we get into the "not me" routine, I think I know who blew up the circle. It was the forces of Hades. They did that in retaliation for being beaten back.
To celebrate our victory over the dark forces, there's only one thing we can do to celebrate. Let's lock up for the day and go out to eat.
I think I know where we should go to celebrate our latest victory. The #1 place for your dining and dancing pleasure. Shame on you.
Well, here we go again.
Mark my words, RJ and friends. You may have won this round, but my forces and I will never give up. One of these days, we will come and get you. I promise you that.